Yes. And so they gave me command of one of their ships, and then we set off to go fuck up the French in New Orleans. On the way, we encountered some French ships and fucked with them as well.
Yeah, basically.
All right. There's your positions as of the end of the session, I believe. You guys had 3 French ships in tow.
Yes.
This one is at 1 HP. I mean, it'll make it because it's at 1 HP. But like if it was at 0 HP, it would have been impossible to retrieve this far out. Yeah. So
So yeah, I was thinking we head towards New Orleans, and we'll stop like just outside of like their visual range and park the ships we've already captured, like near the coast or something. And then we'll go in, fuck up New Orleans, steal a bunch of shit, and then on the way back pick up the boats we just captured.
Or we can use them as fire ships.
Hard to get money out of that.
I mean, we can still get money out of it. It's just that it'll help us get more money.
Explain.
New Orleans is a great plan. I can get behind this plan.
Right. Well, it depends on what the defenses are in New Orleans.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is normally you pillage before burning. You're suggesting it the other way around.
Well, yes, but see, if there's people who are angry at us before we can get to the pillaging, we need to burn them so we can pillage.
We burn it all.
No, we don't burn it all.
We salt the earth.
No. We burn the armed Frenchmen who are in our way.
We burn them all, and we salt the earth. I made this promise.
Hands him a packet of table salt. All right, when we get there, you can salt the earth.
Yeah, my character has a couple issues.
We noticed. How about we see what's in our way at New Orleans first?
Sure.
Let's hope that fixes.
So you head for the town of New Orleans?
Well, preferably with some guys in a rowboat so it doesn't look suspicious.
Well, first let's figure out how far away we are, because if we're like 300 miles away, putting a couple guys in a rowboat and saying go recon New Orleans is kind of a dick move.
I mean, yeah, but think of the great arm workout they'll get.
Wait, what are we doing with the ships?
No, we just tow them with us. For now.
I mean, that's fine. You can make your way closer to the mainland. At some point to get actually up to New Orleans, you're going to have to go up a river. I don't think that's an issue. How deep is the Mississippi at the mountain? It's pretty deep, right?
Yeah, they run
I
boats
don't
up.
think you're gonna have any. I don't think you're gonna have any trouble.
Yeah, they run boats up just fine.
Yeah. I imagine they run stuff bigger than anything you guys have. So
I'm sorry, did we establish how long of a journey this is?
you guys were fairly close, so probably maybe about a day.
Oh.
Is that a problem?
I mean, I got 418 dead bodies I wanted to do something with, so maybe.
I mean, 418 is a lot for anybody in a day.
Well, it's me and Spectre.
Oh, never mind.
We ran these numbers before, if I recall correctly. If I recall correctly, no, I can't do 400 whatever the fuck a day. I can do like 30, 40 maybe.
So do you guys just like sail slower so that he has the 10 days he needs to get that done?
Yeah.
Sure, it's not like I got anything else going on.
Okay. So you're.
I mean,
Uh,
nobody's looking for us.
that's fine. Okay. So you opt to not rush towards the town, and instead you take your time. What else is everybody doing while they're conjuring?
Constantly telling them to go faster. We
I
need
imagine
to
you
be
have
in New Orleans.
hundreds of beady little undead eyes staring daggers at you the whole time.
I do not care. She is loud. She's missing an ear. She doesn't sleep. She has nightmares. This bitch is, yeah, she's off the deep end. She doesn't, New Orleans is her goal. And that's all she's thinking about.
Okay. Fair enough. So you take your 10 days. You can. How many undead is that? I'm not gonna make you roll. Just tell me.
418.
Okay, I don't want to do math. Do math. $418 plus 861. Go. I'm sorry. 861. 860. Okay, you are over capacity. Your vessel can only carry 1,200. You have 79 more undead than you can carry.
Down in the cargo hold they go.
Okay. Nobody else does anything while you guys sail your way down there?
I mean, how far away do we park before going to New Orleans?
By the way, Spectre, you have 600 under your command.
Excellent.
You're the death captain in charge of land operation.
Okay. So, you gentlemen are approaching the mainland, and you get near the mouth of the river. You could certainly make your way towards town from here by rowboat if you so chose.
Well, let's say we had a large cargo ship that we wanted to dock because we have stuff to trade with the port of New Orleans. How would that go? How would we go about docking that ship?
Well, I don't know that any of you have ever been to this port.
Not at all.
So I'm not sure that any of your characters would know what to do.
New Orleans is a large port.
Well, it's, it's like circa 1700s, so.
Yeah, 1700. It's not, but now it's a massive.
Well, yeah, but they got to bring the African slaves in somehow.
It's a hub to run up. In the 1700s, it was a hub to run up through the Mississippi because they unloaded slave ships there and sent them up through the Mississippi.
Right. So, I like assuming that the river's wide enough for our ships to fit. I think we just sail up the Mississippi right to New Orleans. With Hayes's cargo ship in the lead. We'll fly, some type of like unassuming flag, like Bulgaria.
What's your marching order?
Marching or sailing order?
Marching
Yes.
is.
I'm assuming the
galleon up front, pace ship.
Well, I think it's actually whatchamacallit.
It's a ship of the line.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he upgraded.
Like, who was one of France's allies in this time period besides Spain?
That's a great question. They're not. I haven't been that concerned with them because, these are the colonial powers in the region. I didn't really expect that was going to be on the quiz.
Well, it's more if we're gonna sail into the French port and we don't want to just immediately come under fire, we should probably be flying a flag that is somewhat friendly to France. They'll never believe we're French ships. So that's what I was thinking. Like, what's a French ally? Morocco or something.
Sure, Morocco. That'll be fine.
We play lots of baccarat.
All right, sure. We'll fly, Moorish flags or something.
Sure. Okay, marching order though.
Well, Prince Darkness up front. Behind that's probably our next heaviest ship, which would be the Dutch Courage, I believe. The Dutch Courage is the man of war, right?
Ottoman and French. That was closer to the end of 18 or near 1800. Ottoman and Persian were the two.
Dutch Courage is the little brig.
Oh, that's right. The man of war is my other character's yacht. Okay, so probably one of the frigates then, not the Dutch Courage. The Dutch Courage would probably be last.
Okay, I think your frigates are more or less identical, are they not?
Yeah, they're all
pretty
the
much.
same.
I want to get it to where the undead ships can get their undead off.
Right.
Yeah, that's why it's up front.
Yeah, that's why it's up front, and that's why we're flying, Moorish flags. So that, France is like, oh, it's just our whatever yearly trading, ship from them.
Maybe something like this.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, and then, when Hayes docks his ship, all of a sudden, surprise, here come the undead, and we just march into New Orleans and begin pillaging and, burning.
There's some settings here that might need to be adjusted about visibility, but that's fine.
Some things occur to me. And that depending on how much prep time we have, and the fact that you don't need to dig for corpses in New Orleans.
You want to hit the graveyards?
It's
True, corpses
not a
aren't
bad
buried on
idea,
top
in
of
my
the
opinion.
ground in the weekend.
Doesn't seem like it's a bad idea to me, Spectre. And I believe you're the commander of our ground forces. So once you're on, on shore, you can definitely go after those cemeteries.
A lot of cemeteries too. And they bury corpses one right on top of the other.
Oh yeah, this is New Orleans. You've got sort of a piddly little trench and palisade walls around three sides. You've got a large thoroughfare here. It's a road, and basically, ships pull alongside as close as they can and unload. Because they have essentially they have built no docks.
Hmm.
The whole thing is basically a wharf across this road here. It's all been dug out to make sheer lines. Yes, exactly.
Well then.
By the way, I don't know. Something about what's going on in town doesn't seem quite right as you approach. There's a lot of people running around, and you know, you see smoke, and you hear screaming. Um, yeah, something doesn't seem right.
My ship is the smallest one, right? So to be able to get the closest to that thoroughfare with the shallowest draft.
Yeah, reasonably.
Can I shout down at somebody? You down there! Why is Orleans on fire?
We only
So-
just got here.
Yeah, you shout over to the road, and there's a woman running down the street, being chased by two less than gentlemen, um, and they seem to have untoward intent.
Are they undead or just rapscallions?
They do look pretty weird. Um, they don't look undead. Now that they're getting closer, chasing this woman down, they actually, they look very damp. They look very damp, and they're like dripping seaweed, and yeah, that might be a fish. That might not be a man. That might be a fish. And then he runs past you. So, you know.
Fish people.
Well, something fishy is afoot.
Huh. Well, I guess I just signal to, the undead ship. Fish attacking New Orleans. Distraction, already underway. Commence looting.
Distraction in place. Please proceed.
And I guess we just kind of break out the popcorn and then just kind of drift away so people don't try to board our ship. But, I guess we just get to watch the festivities.
Okay. Absolutely.
I'd like to flood half my ballast and go out a little bit ways.
I'm sorry, you want to flood half of your ballast and go out?
Yeah,
Into
so
the
yeah,
deep?
where you put us, and then flood half my ballast so I have more range. I want to sink the port side of my ship.
Supposed to sink one side of
Okay.
his ship so his cannons
Yeah,
can reach
that's
further
fine.
in.
I mean, if you've got some empty barrels, you can fill them with seawater and you can lean yourself over. Sure.
Well, actually, you just move the ballast.
Yeah. but like, I don't know, man. That seems
Like work.
uh, well. I guess the concern is um, that you're gonna unsettle it, and then you're gonna have like a landslide situation. It's doable too. That's an
Well,
option.
and the other thing too is we're not trying to do it in a hurry. We just take our time and rock our ships a little bit sideways, and then the Prince of Darkness is gonna drive in and land and go to town.
All right, and there are some smaller boats out. They appear to be like, I know they're mislabeled, but they're just like boats. I have not gone
They're
to the
shrimping
effort.
boats.
Yeah, basically, I haven't gone to the effort to give them their own like models, right? I haven't gone and found anything that I think would be more suitable.
But those are to scale, basically. You're saying.
Essentially, yeah.
So it's not a 2-to-1 galleon; it's actually another type of boat altogether.
Correct. And I don't know why this is over here. I think I meant to delete this, but I mean, it is worth six.
All right.
That's like
that is a dinghy.
That is the size of like a dude. I don't know what's going on. Well, if I come up with a use for that guy, we'll be glad I didn't delete him. He can be over there for now.
Well, then I'll signal over to the Prince of Darkness and tell him to bring flares. So fireworks or something along those lines. And they can signal for where they want artillery dropped.
So I'm assuming you guys are landing skeletons. Yes?
Well, Hayes is in command of that ship, so I assume so.
Launch the Grand Masses!
You might want to get to land first. Actually, I suppose it doesn't matter. They can just walk. Start pushing
Go
skeletons
for a
over the
walk.
side.
I'll be one moment. Sorry, gentlemen, I have to multitask real quick. Well, we'll proceed for now. You guys begin to launch boats, I'm assuming, or are you going over the side with your skeletons? What's happening?
They don't need boats. Or do they need boats? Death Captain, do they need boats?
I mean, they can just climb down the fucking anchor chain and walk if they want to.
I thought you were just gonna be like landing and using gangplanks and then pulling away. I suppose you can't pull away at that point. So yeah, you'd probably want to anchor and just yeet them out the side.
As you're discussing this, there are fish people going up and down the shore, like climbing up and down. Some of them have like they're like holding like big sacks, and some of them are like dragging people down into the water.
Okay, hold on. This is a very important question. Are the sacks wiggling?
Some of them, yeah.
They might be trying to take our loot, or they might just be kidnapping people.
I think it's both.
We can't have this.
No,
Shoot the fish people.
I think we form a battle line and just begin letting grape shot and just start shooting everything that moves on shore to give covering fire to our amphibious forces.
Okay, absolutely. That sounds great. Here they are
Yeah,
shelling
burn,
another
kill,
fucking
and
town.
name everything within the city. Yes.
Just start sending firebombs in there.
Wait, that could burn the loot. So I was suggesting
doesn't
grape
burn.
shot. Fine art, liquor.
No, we don't
Liquor,
want
Women-
to
good
lose liquor.
point. That's all you needed to do was argue liquor. Like you're like fine art. Gregorio's like, yeah, and
Liquor, women.
oh wait, yeah, good point. Liquor. Okay, grape shot.
All right.
Well, yeah, just start shooting grape shot up in the air and raining down. Everything in town is considered hostile at this point.
Okay, absolutely. It's a little like that moment in Helsinki Bridge where they're all like, you know, thank God it's the Catholic Church, and then they're like, oh no, it's the Catholic Church. They see a bunch of ships roll up, and they think, oh, we're saved. Yeah.
And then this happens.
Yeah.
Okay. The fish people don't appear to be taking kindly to that. They're running for cover. There are people out in the streets trying to get away from them. They're fleeing from their houses and getting just fucking cut to ribbons by grape shot. They're fucking smashed like a bowl of eggs, just destroyed.
Well, a dead body can't put up as much of a fight.
Right. Meanwhile, the Higgins boats are leaving the line, ship the line, and are making for the French port, the beaches there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. I think you probably, I'm going to say you would have 6 boats aboard that ship.
We have Eureka class landing vessels.
We'll call them. We'll say you can get 24 zombies per.
The Eureka was from Louisiana. It was the predecessor to the Higgins.
So, so you could get 144 in one trip. Is that what you're doing?
Vector, Hayes.
Sorry,
It's your guys' show.
Do
We're just
what?
providing supporting fire.
All right, well let's send in the boys.
Ah!
You send in 6 boats full of skeletons. That's 144 skeletons making towards shore. I would like you to roll 2d6, 1 from each of you, and you will get to pick. I guess you'll get to keep the higher of the 2. That'll work. All right. So 3 of your boats are taken down by fish people. They just come up, they tilt it over, the boat goes in the water. Luckily for you, your zombies give very few fucks, and they start hacking and slashing, and it's bad. You can't really see what's happening.
Wait, boats? I thought we weren't using boats.
Well, we're unloading as many as possible, so we'd be using a hybrid thereof method, I should say.
Yeah, like a Eureka boat.
And any skeletons you send down, and have walk along the bottom, just be aware there's like fish people in there. So just like that's a thing.
Yeah,
How
that's
would we know? We wouldn't really be able to see.
Well, you
You
can
can
see
kind of
they're
infer.
attacking the boats, so you can infer.
Ah,
Look, they'll keep them from coming up the side at us, and it'll clear the way to the beach, so they don't attack us on the beach.
hey, Jared, do we happen to have those little grenade things?
It's reasonable to assume you could come up with some black powder grenades. You
'Cause
have a lot of powder.
Yeah, because I'd like to throw them over the side of my boat so that any fish people under my boat don't climb up onto my boat.
That's absolutely acceptable. I imagine everybody's sort of doing that.
All right.
Oh, I was just going to use some of the mines as depth charges.
Well, see, I thought about that, but see, if you don't throw them out far enough, you could break your own boat, and those are more expensive and handy.
Yeah, but I also have the most of them.
Ah, fair point.
I have 3 inventory slots, so I could burn an entire inventory slot just depth charging below me.
So this town is pretty big, and your range is kind of limited. You probably can't get past like the third lot here, like 3 blocks in, with your upturned guns. But you do provide covering fire as the skeletons take the road, and they seem to have done so pretty effectively.
Okay, well then, if we're no longer at effective range and pretty much have all of that we can hit mullered, I'll take some time to reseat my ballast, and then I'll start sailing like around our fleet, and just dropping mines, like just basically sailing a loop around our fleet, have our fleet move further out a little bit so I can sail between them and the shore comfortably. You don't have room, but it's fine.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll just don't forget the Dutch courage. And then, yeah, I'll just make circles around and go through an entire inventory worth of 1 mine, converting them over to depth charges to deal with any fish people that might be harassing us from below.
Fair enough.
And then, yeah, we'll just sit back, get the popcorn, watch the zombies versus fish people fight.
Okay, so be it.
Friday.
I begin encouraging my crew members to watch and enjoy the spectacle. I assume there is gambling.
Yeah, you assume correctly.
Excellent.
Well, I
Meanwhile,
always do.
I just want to make sure that half my crew is at least making sure no fish people climb up, but the other half can gamble and they can shout their bids while they're keeping an eye out for fish people.
Okay. There's a woman who has climbed to the top of a lamppost, and there are skeletons and fish people having like a gigantic brawl around this lamppost, and they keep like knocking each other into it, and then when they have a second, one of them will like jump up and try to like get her heel and drag her down, and she's swatting them away with like a cane. Yeah, there's a lot of screaming. Still a lot of screaming. Um, there's like a stream of blood. There's several of them, like running from sort of like uh the gutters like around the sides of the roads. They like go down the streets and then onto the main road and then down the side of the shore. It's just these little streams of blood. Before too long, takes maybe an hour. The skeletons have made enough headway that you no longer see any fish people. The town's big enough that you can't really see your way across, but um, they've kind of taken the fighting, uh, you know, up at least 4 blocks up, and up to the point where it's no longer anywhere on the screen, basically.
All right. And then how many fish people did what size of a force are we looking at from what we've seen going up and down the shore and the fighting that we've seen?
It seems like there were a lot, and they probably outnumbered the skeletons quite a bit, but they had spread themselves so thin while harassing and terrorizing the town um, that in individual skirmishes they were at a disadvantage.
Because our troops were all clumped together in one big
Yeah.
death ball. Death ball
Also,
is the
the
best
fish
strategy.
people appear to be cowards because a lot of the time they're avoiding the combat and just trying to, get their hostage or their loot and make it for the water.
Little do they know.
But things do seem to be going pretty well. Hayes, Spectre, I would like a roll from one of you. I just want a D100 roll.
Hayes, you're better off doing that. I tend to roll low. I don't know why.
Maybe we want low numbers on it.
Okay. That is the number of casualties you've sustained to your 1,200 Skelly boys.
That's pretty good.
They appear to have taken much of the town.
Excellent. Well, I will I'll pull up to dock. And I and my Marines will go ashore.
Okay. By the way, those boats that were deleted, um, yeah, those boats were overrun with fish people, and then the fish people intentionally sank them. And they were
Okay.
literally on deck dancing and dancing with the corpses of the occupants and like dragging the screaming women down alive.
I mean, if we're seeing any like living fish people within range, we're hitting them with our guns,
That's fair.
even if
That's
they're on
absolutely
a
fair.
quote unquote neutral ship.
You're welcome to do that. They can be neutral, empty ships pretty quickly.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's fire.
Okay. But this seems to have been effective. You no longer see any fish people. Some of the skeletons who uh, were like in the boats that went under, or some of the ones that uh, intentionally went under to head to shore, are coming up uh, with corpses or with bags of loot that they've retrieved.
Well, suppose possible chance of some survivors. Double check all the bags, make sure they're dead.
Are you sending people out to do that?
No. As the skeletons come in, I'll have my
Oh, yeah.
Marines basically just poke the bag. If they hear a squeal, they'll poke it harder until the squeal stops.
Okay. Are they just like bayoneting the bags to be sure?
Yep.
Okay.
just in case somebody can hold their breath a really long time. We'll just make sure they can't breathe.
That's a solution. Okay. Yeah. Your Marines form like a line across the road, and as the skeletons drag stuff up, the Marines just start stabbing. Um, there is at least one bag where the Marine is a little overzealous, and they cut the bag open, and some gold and silver spill out.
Well, I reprimand him and tell him to go to the ship and get a new bag. I'll
Yeah.
fill in his slot while he's gone.
You get a salute, and he quickly rushes to go do that.
How full does this bag of gold look like?
It looks like this particular creature was interrupted before he could fill the bag. But there's some
Okay.
gold, there's some silver, there's a couple of like candlesticks and other nice things.
Okay. So then I'll signal out to, because nobody else has pulled to shore. I'll signal out to the Prince, Prince of Darkness, and tell him to pull in. He's gonna probably want to have his diving teams go to work.
Diving teams for what?
The skeletons are coming up from below, any of them that were knocked off their boats, with loot. So there's a possibility there might be more loot the fish people walked off with or dropped on their escape. So I was
Alright.
suggesting you have, like 100 skeletons go just walk the bay real quick, or the river, and look for any loot.
We'll send 43 to do that task.
Just in case they don't come back, so you have a perfect round number.
What?
That's fine.
Hayes, you once fired me as a staff member because I made the staff odd. I know how you think.
Okay, roll a d20. Okay, 5 of them don't come back.
They find stuff.
Yeah, they pull up bags. A lot of the bags are literally filled with corpses, like people were half stuffed in a bag.
I figured, yeah, either way it's loot for us because you literally have skeleton crews, so corpses are money to you.
At one point, a couple of skeletons are struggling to get this this big heavy carpet out of the water because somebody had like those guys had literally wrapped 2 people in a carpet before going under. It was a giant rug.
All right, I guess who do we have that's like doctorish? Because I suppose none of us really have taken on a doctoring role, so that would mean we more than likely have like doctor. Well, I guess I'll go to my ship and who's my doctor?
I mean, I don't know if you have a specific doctor. You probably have like a surgeon. That's reasonable. He might not be great. He probably, um,
But he has some medical schooling.
the thing is, doctors are really highly like skilled
Mhm.
doctors are highly sought after, and even like actual naval vessels have a hard time getting them consistently, even though they're entitled to them. What they have a lot of extra are chaplains. Captains will refuse chaplains. Sailors think they're bad luck, but there's plenty of them. But there's not
All
enough
right, well,
doctors to go around.
then my ship surgeon, I'll go or have somebody go fetch him and get one of the fish people, make an improvised table for him
But
to
given
examine.
the lack of qualified physicians, your ship surgeon is also probably some kind of carpenter.
Well, considering that 90% of my crew is
mean-
carpenters,
Yeah, so
we're the termite crew.
but yeah, you can get your most medically like skilled man. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just have him look over the fish guy and the fish body and like build an improvised table basically for him to chop it up and see how they tick.
Okay. Absolutely. he will vivisect the weird fish man.
Because they're taking corpses. That means they don't need them for anything other than food. Or making more fish people. So that's what I'm trying to determine. Is it dinner or population they're going for with the corpses that they're taking? Or they were attempting to take?
All right. What's everybody else doing while the autopsy takes place?
Well, if the fish people have all disappeared, I guess I'll bring my ship along the coast and begin loading up on loot.
I will be doing the same,
Okay.
but being very careful about any other fish people.
You all come up along the side, and you start bringing home as much loot as possible.
Yes. Actual
say,
loot, not bodies for me, please.
Fair.
Yeah. I'd say a quarter for each of us or more stay on the ship as watch. And then the rest of them are either helping with the corpse detail or helping with the loot detail. Although I suppose the skeletons can help themselves to the corpse detail. There's literally the most populated crew on our entire fleet is skeletons.
So yeah, it becomes apparent that this is basically a ghost town. There's evidence this isn't the first time these guys have been and gone. There are entire buildings that are boarded up. Um, there's a couple of old fish people corpses in the street, um, and a lot of this town is fucking empty. Um, there's a good bit of loot still though that you guys find. We can roll for that. Give me just a second.
Is it all burning?
Well, there's a lot of holes in most of it.
It also smells like fish.
It definitely does smell like fish. Yes.
Also, AJR, I'd like to give a high priority order to find any living fish person to interrogate.
I don't think anybody made any specific orders to keep any of them alive. So at
If
this
there's
point,
any
it's
in
tough.
town while they're looting, though, I mean, if they come across one that's still breathing.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll get to that in a second.
Yep. I just wanted to get it on the table as I thought of it. Or thought of how to put it. I was going to say, yeah, now loot's going to be really good. Because we only have, what, like 300, 400 crew?
Something like that.
They put the table that I need the most often in a place where I can never find it in this book. The loot table should be the fucking first page. It's a game about pirates.
It's literally looting the whole game.
All right, roll 2d12 and a d20. I don't care who, but I need 2d12 and a d20. Okay. So the first things you find spices and oil. You find about 10,000 silver with the gold coins and treasure. And the spices and oils are worth 350 silver, by the way. So that's 10,350 silver.
Okay.
And then in addition to that, you find uh, some very strange concoctions in glass jars. It's unclear what these are, but they were hidden and kept under lock and key until someone took a boarding axe to the door. So pretty much.
All right. Well, that seems like mystical stuff. We'll let the wizardly type people deal with that.
That'd be Hazen's Spectre.
Yeah, when they finish, looting the rest of the town, and then we can, burn it down.
Okay.
By the way, that's a dozen glass jars. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Yeah, one moment. Alrighty. But yeah, while looting the town, there is certainly uh, at least one living fish person. So what do you do finding a living fish person?
Well, bring him back to see where they were bringing all that loot. Have a little chat with him.
Okay. Well, he mostly just stares at you with his cold, dead fish eye. But they're on the side of his head, so he only stares at you with one of them.
Does anybody know how to speak fish?
No, but I know how to make a hell of a saute fish.
This one's weird because he has like a leech mouth. It's really creepy.
So, all these fish people are ever so slightly different from each other. They're not like
Yeah.
uniform.
No.
Oh, okay, so like Davy Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, like they're all different.
They're all different, but they're not like they're not like super super different. They're all fish. There's no crustacean, at least not that you've seen.
Okay.
And some of them look more like people than others. This one happens to look pretty fishy.
All
And that weird
right.
leech mouth thing, he keeps doing this kissy face because because he's weird. It's very off-putting. If he's left, with enough room, he definitely like latches on to literally anything, whether it's like a zombie or a skeleton or a table. He just like latches on with his leech mouth, and you just like there's weird slime just oozing all over the table. It's gross.
Do we have to keep this one? Can we kill him and get another one?
I think you grabbed a retarded one.
Yeah, we'll put him out of his misery and give him to the cook.
I ain't cooking him.
Okay, how do you kill him?
Bash his skull in. What are you talking about?
He doesn't have a skull. He's a leech. Cut his head off.
Just salt.
Yeah. Just go to the ship store and get salt and just pour it on him.
He's a saltwater creature. So, I mean, yeah, you could salt him, I guess. But
all right, just cut his head off.
Yeah, just cut his head off.
Okay, you cut his head off. He's still doing that leechy thing to the table.
The head is, or the body is?
The head is. The body's just flopping. I mean, I assume it's tied up, so it's it like flops around till the chair falls over, and then it just keeps flopping on the ground.
You guys try to communicate with fish.
Well, I mean, if we could find out where they're
It's bleeding this inky black ichor. Yeah, it's not the greatest smell.
We're on Ruffle's ship, right?
It starts to like regurgitate what is definitely people through its like neck hole. So that's all over the deck now.
Oh, I would have been doing this on shore. I wouldn't have.
Oh, that's much better. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't have brought the fish people onto my ship. No.
Did you just
Okay,
do it
good.
in an abandoned house, or did you do it like out on the street?
No, we just found a table and a couple of chairs and set them up like an interrogation room on the street. Yep.
Just in the square where it was convenient.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure there's not many houses that are standing anywhere close to shore after,
Well,
10 minutes of
they're
grape shot.
standing. It's just like they're much better ventilated. That like there's no glass.
I thought this was a French port, not a Swiss port.
The the front walls are basically gone, but they're standing.
Okay. Well, that kind of rules out maybe finding out where their bases are, unless that was just one that couldn't talk. Like it lacked the ability to speak.
It didn't look like it had vocal cords.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm assuming if you get the one that looks more human, it may have better communication ability.
Yeah, we just got to find a living one. So, yep, I guess we'll just clean up the town, go through it one more time, and probably not spend the night.
Fair. That lady's still on that lamppost. She hasn't come down yet.
Oh, she's alive?
I mean, nobody killed her. The skeletons couldn't reach her, and they didn't try that hard.
Is she like an old lady, young lady?
I mean, she looks like a fairly young lady. Yeah.
Oh, I'll go be knight in shining armor and rescue her.
Okay. She's got a cane. It clearly came from the old man who is dead on the road. Probably a relation. Um, yeah. She points it at you and in French tells you not to come any closer. I don't recall if you speak French, but that's definitely what she says.
I don't recall how much. Full English, most Spanish, some Dutch, little French. So I might understand her, but I wouldn't be able to communicate too clearly. I would just know like basic words.
Yeah, there's at least a small amount of French profanity, so you
Oh, I know
understand
all
that.
of those.
Yeah.
And then
You're a
I'll just
sailor.
try to, yeah, I'll just try to comfort her as best I can in French, and then try ask Spanish, English.
She is
Is she?
she is quickly less scared and more just confused because she has no fucking idea what the hell any of that you just said is. But she comes down from the post. You're pretty sure she's trying to correct your French, but you can't understand her.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, Gregorio will pull one of his daggers out and hand it to her, so she feels a little safer.
I mean, she looks at it.
Also, it's like a sign of trust. Like, here, I'm giving you one of my weapons.
She takes it questioningly, like she's like looking around, being like, "What?"
All right. Then I'll go find one of my officers that speaks French and bring her with me.
Fair.
And the translation battle ensues.
Yeah. She's a teacher, or she was until the weird fish people came and, you know, made off with most of the children. Um, they've been attacking pretty consistently for the last 6 months. They were able to hold them off for the most part at first. They didn't realize, but they had made a really poor tactical decision. Most of the initial attacks came from the bayou and not from the river. And most of the fortifications face inland.
Ah. They
So,
fortified what they thought was the good side and in turn weakened their backside.
and yeah, um, after a period of probably the last 3 or 4 years, they got these occasional, very light attacks from the swamp. Um, and then over the last 6 months, they've just been completely decimated because things were coming out of the river instead.
All right. Well, I will be the gentleman that I am and offer her my quarters on the ship. She'll tell her she'll be safe there. What? Gregorian's trying to get laid, mister. Calm down.
There are multiple forms of booty.
Exactly.
Is she a prisoner?
No, she's just a civilian. She probably gives two shits about the French crown.
All right, well, make a presence roll. I will say you probably have at least advantage given the situation.
I mean, I did give her my knife.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ah.
she seems comfortable going with you. Yes. Yeah, your crew hears a lot of very loud French over the course of the evening.
But yeah, then yeah, after we sweep the town, any other survivors?
I fairly sure for most of this, the skeletons didn't know that there was survivors happening, so they were
Well, no.
actively working against that. So for the most
Oh
part,
no.
no.
I was saying that with knowledge of that. Yeah, we weren't going in there to rescue the port. We were going in there to waylay the port. But hey, one gal can survive because now she's aboard the ship. If there were any other survivors, well,
Well, it would
I don't
probably
remember
take
any other
more than the
survivors.
night to really thoroughly check every building.
Okay.
But over the course of the evening, no one else is found.
Well then I'll call Captain Graybeard over to our little town square fortifications that we've been setting up. Not to stay, just where our men are stationed.
Yeah, you probably just blockade around where it says parade, all the street entrances, and then you probably pull your boats closer.
Yeah, and then I'll see if Captain Graybeard wants to try raising one of the fish people and see if his spell works on that. Because that would be a whole lot more corpse if you could rip their skeletons out. Hayes, are you here?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, get a couple of fish skeleton or fish bodies and pile them up for you to try raising.
Okay.
Okay, you try to necromance the sea.
Where are we getting some bodies, some fish bodies?
Tis. Clever AGR.
Okay, you can try.
And then we also need the results of the autopsy.
Absolutely. Well, the autopsy probably finishes first, so we'll go over that. Yeah, your carpenters carved that fish up nice. It's pretty gross. He smells, and one of the carpenters, he digs his hands in and he's removing organs, and he's not doing anything in a very hygienic way. Not that anyone here knows what that means, but at some point he begins to have difficulty breathing. And he seems to be like gasping for air. Uh, and there's like a bit of clattering, and basically people fight to restrain him, and then they're trying to clear his airway, and it's obvious that his airway is clear, but he's just gagging for some reason. And then he passes out.
That's not good.
Yeah. Nobody's able to figure anything out. So after about a minute or two of that, he seems to die. He seems to have stopped being alive.
Hmm.
They're diseased, burn
Well,
the bodies.
Yep, I was just gonna say. After that, yeah, don't even try raising them because they're carrying something that it looks like it's like
Some type of
touch-based transmission.
neurotoxin.
Yeah, touch-based transmission. So touching them is dangerous. Even so, have the skeletons do it since they
Yeah.
don't really have lungs.
But your carpenters report the rest. Like they report about the autopsy. They describe the situation. They describe uh, what he was doing. He was removing organs and putting them onto a tray, and basically suddenly he started to have like difficulty breathing, so he was taking deeper breaths, and he stepped back and he uh, he set what he was working on down on like a tray, and before very long he was out. Uh, Very briefly, he was trying to claw at his own throat, so there's some scratches. He didn't have enough time to do any real damage before he uh, was unconscious. But yeah, and they didn't.
Well,
I don't think they had time to find anything else out about the actual body.
yeah, my biggest thing was seeing if the bodies were human adjacent. You know, similar internal structures and stuff like that, or if they're completely alien.
I mean, they have skeletons. They're vaguely human, but not necessarily correct. Um, there's definitely some fishy structures in there. They're some of them have like fin-like hands. Bony structures you might expect out of a bony fish instead of a human, but the overall structure is human.
So similar internal organs, basically. So they might have been a human at one point that was turned into a fish person.
Yeah, with some additions and omissions, they appear to be vaguely human, or they likely initiated as humans.
Okay.
That depends, because I think probably the one you autopsied would be more human looking than the one you decapitated.
Yep. We know contact is bad, so yeah, let's see how Graybeard's raising goes, and then if that's no bueno, then yeah, we will just make a pyre.
So you said don't raise them.
Well, you would be in the process of raising them before we got this information, so the things were happening simultaneously.
Okay, so you just have a pile of fish people. How many are you trying to raise at once?
No, like 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you got a pile of fish people. You two are chanting and doing all your weird necromancy bullshit. And there's a pile of 10 weird fish people. Yeah, at about the time you'd expect your rituals complete, and you should be expecting to see movement. You see movement. Unfortunately, all of these creatures appear to now be fused together, and less than friendly.
Oh yay, a fight
Where were we doing this?
in the town.
That's a great question. Where are you doing?
I
That would
think
have been in
we
the
would
parade
be,
area.
yeah, surrounded by 600 skeletons, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd have some skeletons, we'd have some marines, so yeah, we'll just put it down.
Well, yeah, regardless of exactly where you are, you have enough forces here that I'm not going to have us roll initiative so that you can take 600 turns to stab it. That seems like a
600
waste
turns
of
to
our
stab
time.
it, 200 turns to shoot it.
But
And
yeah,
then the ships open up.
congratulations,
Yeah.
Hayes. Congratulations, Spectre. You accidentally made some sort of hostile Cronenberg monster.
Very good. Very good.
Oh,
I mean, that's kind of handy. Do we want to keep some fish corpses on your guys' ship? And just throw them on the other ship and turn them into that and then sail away.
Might be onto something there.
Except for the amount of time it
How would we
takes for your
launch
ritual
it
cast.
onto another ship? It would be
Well-
hostile.
Trebuchet.
We don't have a trebuchet.
We have carpenters. We can make a trebuchet.
Yeah,
Just
but
imagine
think about it
going
though. Do we really want to throw a fucking monstrous creature on a ship full of disease on a ship we might want to sell or do something with later?
Yeah, you got a point.
And yeah, the
All
corpse
right.
is now oozing black ichor from all of its wounds. And it
We-
stinks.
We must roast the fish people.
Yeah, we are going to have the biggest fucking bonfire New Orleans has ever seen. So start gathering the wood and have the skeletons gather the corpses of all the fish people that we can find.
Okay. Fair enough. So by this
We'll
point, you've probably like you guys had planned to leave at night, right? Because it's definitely you've run out of time.
We didn't finish looting the town, yes?
You have not finished looting the town. You've gone over it with a cursory look. I think you guys.
Well, if we're not planning on leaving. We're not worried about these fucking bodies. We're not burning them. We're not. We got other stuff to do. We got looting to do.
Yes, we'll stay the night.
You've gathered the majority of the money. I apologize. What was left to do, I believe, was Gregorio may have, I don't know, wanted to search for more survivors, and I mentioned that you could only really do a quick look over because this is it's a lot of houses to check.
Well,
and the skeletons aren't smart enough to do it, so you really have to help.
yeah, I was gonna say have the crew search, but no, that not so much survivors is just more so the deep scan that the skeletons can't do, finding all the nooks and cranny loot.
There will definitely be a little more if you do that as well, yes, but it won't be as much.
Yeah. So do we want to stay, burn the bodies, and then search in the morning after everybody gets a night's rest on shore?
I'm not resting on shore.
Because the fish people would be more advantageous against us on the boats, right?
Correct.
So you want to give them the advantage.
I look around all the dead fish people. Yeah.
All right. Well, then yeah, we'll load up the loot we got. Probably just put it all on the galleon.
What were those
Then,
other ships we saw at the? Weren't there other
They're like
ships
fishing
here?
boats,
Yeah.
like shrimpers and stuff like that. Just small.
Aren't there, instead of gathering fish corpses, aren't there other corpses we could be gathering? Where are there?
There's a lot of them in various states of decay all over town. Yeah.
We want those. I don't know what these other people are gathering, but we want those.
Hey, so where are you gonna
Well,
put
we
them
were
all?
also gathering those. When I said corpse, it was non-discriminate.
Yeah. Roll 3d100. That's how many corpses you get.
Okay.
Of the human variant, not the Eldritch Abomination variant.
Yes, correct.
Okay, I guess we will load up and sail out then.
Fair enough.
Come back in the morning then. Or sail out for a couple of days and come back and see what turns up.
Well, we should come back the next day, and to ensure that we don't allow the fish people to get a foothold, we should burn the city to the ground. Just raise it.
Yep.
Finally, someone talking sense.
Well, that was the final goal anyway. We just want to thoroughly sweep it to get all the loot that we can before we burn it. Now that the fish people have been dealt with for now. But yeah, so we'll sail down the river. Rowing back the way we came.
Okay. Do you head back out to sea?
I'll just wherever half a night takes us, and then turn around so that we come back at break of
Okay.
dawn. We'll be porting. We'll be docking.
All right, and just keep moving.
Yep.
All right. So it's not too difficult to note that you do have contact, right? Like there is the occasional head that like bobs up, and somebody spies it. I don't know what your orders are.
Shoot on sight.
Shoot
Yeah,
on sight.
so they take pot shots when they see something, and then they go back under. There's no attack, but you're definitely being watched. It's very clear. And then you arrive back at port in the morning.
Yeah. And before we touch land, take a quick look. And is it all how we left it?
No. There's a lot of evidence that like the road has a lot of spots where it's clear there's been a lot of like um, traction. People have been climbing up the side and down, or people in air quotes have been going up and down the side. And basically, it looks clear that as soon as you left, the fish people came up, and who knows what they were doing, but they were back and forth a bunch.
All right. What about the fish corpses we had piled up? Or at least started to, and then we decided it was getting late. We should leave.
Yeah, those are gone.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to burn them last night. All right. Well, start sending out squads of 8.
Okay.
Start sweeping.
All right.
When we reach the northernmost wall, that's where we should start the fires and then just burn everything as we make our way back to the ships.
Yeah. Do we want to cradle the walls too, or save the powder?
Nah, I don't care about the walls.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, roll another d12.
3.
Okay. So, while you're searching, one of your teams of 8 stumbles on. There's sort of this little house near the wall at the bayou, and inside is a single room, and everything's been upturned, and there's logs that have been dragged in to act as pews, and there's a gentleman dressed like a preacher um, standing at an altar in the room, chanting, "Iya, iya, iya, iya."
I may not be all that up to date on my priestly things, but that doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Well, when they
Um,
get the
Go to
report
shoot
back
'em.
to us,
and there are two uh that appear to be uh like wounded fish people, and he is feeding them from a bowl.
oh, then the Marines would just shoot him on sight. They seen him aiding them at all.
Yeah. Okay. He's a person, and bullets hurt him, so it doesn't go well. Um. Yeah. The fish people, they make like an attempt, but they're both wounded, so I think your Marines probably just bayonet the shit out of them.
Yep. Well, at least it's something we can investigate. So yeah, we'll. I guess I'll get the next surgeon.
That's what you get on a roll of 3 for religious leaders.
Well, yeah, whoever my next skilled surgeon is on my ship, I'll fetch him and go to the church
Okay.
and then yeah, take a quick look around and investigate everything and try to figure out what the hell this guy was doing with the fish people.
Okay. So, yeah. Uh, well, one of your carpenters says, "Hey, and he's confused and he pauses and he almost doesn't tell you, but he says, "I think I recognize that fish."
Hmm.
When we came along the road, this I I recognize that jacket and that pocket watch. There was a man wearing those clothes running uh, down the road last night when we got here.
So that just backs up my original theory of they were humans and then turned into fish people. It's like, well, okay, was the priest trying to reverse it, or was he the cause? I guess take a look at what's in the bowl that he was feeding them.
It's this inky black substance.
Okay, he was cause. Yep, make sure nobody touches that and burn the place down after looting it.
Fair enough.
And I grabbed the priest for Hayes for Captain Graybeard. Have the Marines carry him back to the docks for Graybeard to add to his little collection of
Sure.
pets.
They start to pick him up, but then one of them looks over at his friend to like make a joke, and he like something catches his eye and he freaks out and he like steps back, he like jumps back and drops the body. And he's like, "What the?" Uh, and his friend doesn't appreciate having the entire load on him, so he also drops the body and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And then the Marine says, "Look here," and he points his gun down and he takes his bayonet and he runs it along the priest's frock and he lowers his collar, and the motherfucker has gills.
Ah, but he seemed to be coherent.
He did.
Hmm. Does anybody in our crew, well, our specialty crew, our players, have the ability to like speak with dead at all?
I can speak at the dead quite effectively. They're just not very talkative back.
I will keep that in mind. Okay, well in that case, then yeah, we'll just if there's gills on the body, yeah, it stays here.
Burn it.
Yep, burn it with the others.
Aye, sir.
And yeah, then we after we loot, we start making our way back and burning as we go.
Okay.
No building untouched.
You burn down a second town. This one, however, you may have improved.
Well, I mean, there's nobody to put the fires out, so I think it'll succeed.
Some random Spaniards show up again, putting out the fires.
Fine with that. That just means there's more corpses for Hayes. Because they will not succeed in putting out our fires.
Yeah, and then we load up all the loot that we found. The, still humanoid bodies, and return, in our grand victory against the French, having sacked their port.
You sure did.
We sure did.
Okay.
And I got a hot chick out of it.
Ah, you burned her too? Okay.
No.
It's the only way to be sure.
Yeah, on the pole.
It's actually a real fucking good point. You should check her neck.
Yep. Oh, I'm sure Gregorio would have
You've
a
got a good look. There's no
unobstructed
kidding.
view of that neck. Be gill free.
Yes. Now fins. No, I'm kidding.
Damn it! I wasn't specific. I've been bamboozled.
You weren't specific. She was from the Pacific.
Okay. So yeah, you guys burn New Orleans.
And then start making our way back to Jamaica.
Okay.
Continuing to play Papa Fish as we sail out of the river.
As one does.
We didn't loot any jars of alcohol. This is kind of disappointing.
Well, I think we did, but that doesn't count as like sellable loot. It's just inventory.
There's enough alcohol for you guys to drink, for a while.
Oh, good.
But not any extra for sale.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's why we never loot alcohol technically, because there's never extra alcohol to sell.
Fair point.
We just drink all the
I'm not hearing a problem.
I'm hearing a solution. Because alcohol is made up of a solution.
Indeed.
Cause of and solution to.
All of life's problems.
Indeed. All right. Well, have one more good look at New Orleans, because it no longer exists. This map is no longer necessary. Go in on paint and just put a big black blob across most of that. I mean, it was a small town and everything was made of wood.
Was the outer wall made of wood?
Yeah, it's wooden palisade.
Oh, well, then we would have burnt that too.
You didn't have to do anything. It burned. I promise you.
All burns.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll start heading back to Jamaica. Are there any other? I'm sorry. Are there any other French ports that might be worth a visit?
But
Not
so
really.
we was ready to listen. We got what out of it?
It was a small port. We got like 13,000. That's pretty good. And you got a bunch of corpses. And 12 oh yeah, you and Spectre probably should go over those 12 jars of weird stuff because you're the sorcerers.
We do that.
Okay. Yeah, you find 12 glass jars of weird stuff. You open the first one and you realize this is it's sort of like I don't know, it's like maple syrup but darker. It's this weird kind of inky black substance.
Well, you know what that is now.
Molasses?
No, it's the stuff that turns people into fish.
So 12 jars of fish turner.
Yeah. Hey, since you opened that, make me an agility check. Okay. You almost get a drop on your hand when you open the lid, but you like reflexively uh, like jerk away from it as soon as you realize what it is, and the drop lands on the table instead. And it just sits there menacingly.
You probably should burn that desk and then throw it overboard.
The desk turns into a giant enemy crab.
Ah, that's why there's no crustaceans. You have to put it on a tree to make a crab person.
The ways of alchemy are weird. Probably should also get rid of those flasks.
Yeah. Have a nice little funeral pyre with one of the rowboats.
Absolutely.
Like, not even just throwing it overboard, like burning it.
Okay, so you burn all 12 jars of the stuff?
Well, I mean, it's on Hayes' ship, so it's what he does with it. I'm just giving the recommendation: burn it.
Well, Hayes, what would you like to do with your 12 glass jars of eldritch oil? I don't know what the fuck it is.
You guys don't think we'll need this?
Why would we want more fish people?
Desperate times.
We have your entire ship of the line is filled with zombies.
Your ship is the definition of desperate times. I don't think we need other versions of it.
Especially
Yeah, I got
ones that we
a name
can't
for,
control.
I got a name for our next ship.
Desperate times. Yes.
Fishy measures.
Well, no, that would be their sister ship.
Ah.
I mean, I guess we could put it on a dinghy and burn it.
You give the 12 jars a Viking funeral?
Well, to make sure it actually gets burned and it's not on our ships.
And it
That's
doesn't
why I
create
said
like some giant, mega octopus monster thing.
precisely.
I'm getting some flashbacks. Okay. So you put that out in a boat? How are you going to ignite it?
Wouldn't you just ignite it and then push it away from the ship? You build up a bonfire in the middle of a rowboat, put all the glass jars on top of that, and then you set the bonfire ablaze. The rowboat's not going to sink immediately.
No. I just
It'll
want to
take
know
quite
how
a
you do
while.
it. Is that what you're doing, Hayes?
I'm sorry. What was my method?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the
Yeah,
one doing
that
it.
was my question.
Um, we put some stuff on it to make it go boom, and then we make it go boom.
No, we don't want boom. We want fire.
We put some stuff on it to make it go fire, and then we make it fire.
All right, there we go.
Okay. So they light a fire on the boat. They put the boat in the water. The boat drifts away. Pretty much immediately, the boat is capsized by something that pokes its head up, and also gets shot at. But the boat is now upside down, um, and it doesn't appear to be on fire.
Well, that's disappointing.
They followed us?
Yeah.
Oh.
Turns out these guys can swim. Like,
Well, no,
My
I knew
God.
that.
like not like they can swim, but like they can swim.
Well, let's go over to Biloxi and stay
Hey,
close to.
there's this like loud crack, and like the whole boat lifts up slightly, and then everything goes back to normal, and everybody's looking around like, what the fuck?
Which boat?
The big boat.
Hayes'
Oh.
boat.
Yeah, the Prince of Darkness.
Wait, what about my boat?
I need to move to this other map.
We're in the middle of the ocean. Your boat just went kind of airborne.
You'll need to reconnect. It'll be one moment.
What?
The fish people are probably attacking. We underestimated how pissed off they were.
I thought we were petty.
I'm not going to include your vessels in tow, just for convenience sake. Unless you would like me to go fetch them and add them to the battle.
Oh, as soon as we came under threat, we probably just cut the lines. Oh, no.
They're still under tow, probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but no, I don't think we need them.
Okay. I will hand wave them. Presuming you don't die, we will assume you can retrieve them. We'll have to figure out your marching order. Let's get back into it. So you're in the open water now. You've sailed away from the mainland. What's your marching order?
Well, I'm not in front. Slow ship.
Yeah, probably just a staggered flank.
Is there a better formation? Is there something you would like to change?
I like that.
Yeah, it's fine with
Yep.
me.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, something jostles the Prince of Darkness. It's dark. Nobody really sees it, but it it causes. There's definitely like you know like a ripple, and like the waves shake the other ships slightly too.
There be monsters.
Well, time to start
Well-
checking grenades again.
Yep.
Okay, so you start throwing grenades over the side.
Yep.
All right. I mean, you could do that.
I do.
They explode.
Yeah, just keep doing that, and just seeing if we can cause these fish people to fuck off.
All right. I mean, you probably got a couple dozen grenades you can throw. You don't see any fish people.
That's fine. I just saw a fucking ship of the line, heal up into the air a little bit, so I'm taking my chance. I'm just not taking any chances.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, that dinghy's gone. Oh, wait, it's not gone. It's like way, way behind all the boats. That's interesting.
There was a dinghy following us?
You guys turned that boat over when you had the boat you put in the water to get rid of those jars. Then it
Oh,
got capsized.
that dinghy.
Yeah. It was right next to the Prince of Darkness, and now it's gone. There's pieces of it, like, I don't know, 300 feet behind the Dutch Courage, it looks like. It's gone very quiet.
Hmm. Well, until we see something, we really can't do anything. You said we can't see anything. Unless Hayes wants to start yeeting skeletons underwater, but they really can't relay information back. They can only follow orders.
So over on the horizon, you start to see some light. Um, you didn't think it was that late. It shouldn't be time for, the sun to rise. It didn't get dark that long ago. But it looks a little like there's this bead of light about to rise up over the horizon.
Uh-huh.
Battle stations.
I mean,
Battle
I think we would have
stations.
been at battle stations this whole time. As soon as the
Yeah,
freaking ship
roll
got
initiative.
yeeted.
What's initiative again?
It's a D6. One person, D6. I think we'll take the 5. Or the 5. Okay. Well, in that case, you guys get a little bit of advanced warning. There's definitely something moving in the water.
Okay. Well, Well, I'm in front, so I'll turn. Actually, could I rely on my military mastermind and make a presence check to see if we can get advantage or surprise round?
To see if you can get a surprise round. It definitely knows you're here.
Yeah, it's a feat though.
Okay.
Like I make a presence roll to get a surprise round.
All right, make a presence roll. Yeah.
So then we get 2 turns to shoot at this thing.
What do I roll? Do I roll?
No. It's just Nisha's us or them, and I'm rolling a like a presence for a surprise round for us, so we get an extra round against it to be able to move around and position ourselves. Because I'm military mastermind.
Well, we
Okay.
should form a line and begin shooting at it, whatever it is.
Yep. So yeah, I will start flanking south, and just bring my guns to bear on this light spot and start lobbing shells in that direction. Or
I'm
pellets.
gonna just sit where I'm at and rotate.
It's strange, but it's just a bead of very bright light under the water.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your heading?
South.
Like so?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna say north is gonna be 1 today. Okay, wind's blowing that way. All right. Who's next?
Well, probably the big ship. Hayes.
Sorry, what did you say?
What are you doing with your ship?
I'm just rotating.
Well, you need to move.
Okay, and move forward, I guess.
Technically speaking, we're all on a half turn, so I'm gonna give you 1 turn for free. Okay, so you turn 1, you can move 4, so 2, 3, 4, and you turn again.
Sure.
Is that right?
Sure.
Okay. Next.
Rock Lobster? Oh, Pete's not here.
Not here.
He would probably try to get like between the. He'd probably. What's his speed?
7.
So at that current heading, go forward 3, turn to the south, and go forward 4. Yeah. I believe Voodoo can run his own ship.
Yep, I'll move forward 1, turn to starboard, yep, and straight 6.
All right. Have me face northeast. What's my ship speed?
7.
Okay. Go forward 4. Turn to the right 1 tick. Forward 3, and then turn to the right at the end. So that I'm facing south. Yeah. Am I in broadside range of the light?
I think broadside range is about here.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'd like to attempt full speed. It's ship agility. What's the plus
2?
area.
Okay, done. All right. This guy's turn. But no. You guys get another turn, right?
That's right.
Surprise! I know you've seen us coming.
So that light's
However,
just getting brighter right now. Just getting brighter. Okay.
Well, I'll turn port 1, so anti-clockwise, and yeah, start moving forward, and then open fire. Just dropping shells like at the water line.
Okay.
Like assuming something is under the water, so shooting below, like closer to us at the water line.
Something's definitely at the water, but water is a pretty good bullet stop.
Well, we wouldn't waste our time. we wouldn't waste our cannons. Like we would be unloading them. Even if they don't hit anything, they might cause issues for it.
Well, if nothing else, there's like metal balls like sinking and dropping on its head, which it probably doesn't love. So as the cannonballs sink, that there's actually moments where the cannonball passes near this light and it creates this shadow, and like all that light is like it dims in this patch, and you get these like bands where there's just darkness.
Okay.
That's weird.
Well, it's just the effect of the cannonball passing between you and the light source.
Oh.
Well, that means the cannonballs were close, so Gregorio's happy. There's got to be a small light source if a cannonball can cause a shadow.
Well, you definitely didn't figure out where the sun comes up from.
All right. Well, I moved. I shot. Everybody else.
I'll move. Let's see here. Turn to port 1. Oh, never mind.
Just putting us closer to the middle.
Ah. Turn me left a bit there. Yep, that ship. Nope, that's right. Left.
All right.
There we go.
That was screen left, not your left.
Yeah, exactly. Move me forward 7. Look, I may be drunk, but I'm not that drunk. And then I too shall open fire on the rough area of the wibbly wobbly stuff.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. After several seconds, the cannonballs drop low enough that you start to see, as they drop past the light source, there's these little
AGR, are you here?
The light got him.
Don't
It
look
ate
into
him.
the light.
Well, also his stream froze. The animation stopped. He may have just dropped internet.
Good point. Yeah, because it takes a second for the stream to actually like register anything, or for Discord to be like, "Hey, there actually isn't a person here. Sorry about that."
Alright, I had to step away. So what's the deal with this glowing?
We don't know.
AGR just
AGR,
died.
It got AGR.
Oh, he just keyed up.
the glowing got the AGRs.
Would appear so.
It has consumed it. So are we supposed to fight an underwater monster somehow?
It's surfacing. That's what we're seeing. The light's getting brighter.
We're gonna try that again.
Hey, welcome back.
What'd I miss?
Nothing, because you
Uh,
said something about the balls, causing something little in the
Little.
light, and then just nothing. Your stream died.
Yeah, my internet died.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, the cannonballs do nothing, but you do notice as they sink, they pass by the light source, and they block it out,
Right.
partially, briefly.
Gotcha.
It is starting to give you the impression of the shape of the creature, though. It do be kind of large.
Release the Kraken.
I don't think it's crack.
probably some eldritch like Leviathan.
Actually, my money's on anglerfish.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that with the glowy light.
No, I think it's Nessie. Well, I mean,
Alright,
Lobster's probably following Voodoo's ship. I can go. I'll just kind of go forward, say 6. Turn to its left to face the southeast. Forward 1. Turn to face south. There you go. And then just Hayes' ship.
Am I within firing range?
I mean, kinda, but not. But kinda. This thing's really big. You're probably not in range where you could hit it, no.
I go a little left. And then go that way. Am I in firing range?
Yeah, you are.
Do I see something to fire at?
No, there's a light underwater. You're pretty sure that the water is going to stop whatever you fire.
Alright, I don't fire yet.
Okay. Okay, I guess that's it for your round, gentlemen, unless you have something else you want to do.
I think that's it.
Okay. No, nobody wants. I mean, I guess it's too late for that. All right.
I mean, there's not much I can do right now.
Yep, anglerfish. Squid thing.
I never said its orientation.
Oh, it's swimming away. We won.
This gentleman pokes up from the water just enough that its outline becomes visible, and you can kind of see it's translucent. That glow is kind of moving through the whole body of the creature. Okay. Well,
Do I see it now?
you can't see anything except this giant bright fucking light hanging across the side of your ship. It's like if the sunrise was 5 feet away from your ship. Have you seen those like YouTube videos where they have the world's brightest flashlight and they stand on a roof and they light up like 2 city blocks with it? Because that's what's happening to you right now.
It's right in front of your face.
Yeah, but firing into the water doesn't do anything.
It's out of the water. The light is like above water now.
The light is above water. Most of the creature is below, but enough of the creature is above that, like, the rest of you can definitely see creature. I mean, it
Okay,
hurts
then
your eyes to look at it, but you can see it.
fire at creature.
Okay.
Well, fire in that direction because you can't see shit. Fortunately, he has the one crew that can stare at the light and not have to worry about it because they don't have eyeballs.
Yeah. So you have a -2 from the light and a +2 from the fact that he is fucking gigantic, so it evens out.
The skeletons don't need to see. They just point and say
No,
fire.
they don't need eyes to see. They still need to see.
Okay. Well, in order to inspire my men, first, I will sing a sea shanty.
Do it.
I sing down among the dead men.
Sing it.
How appropriate.
All right, sing it.
I don't actually have to sing it again.
Do it.
Yeah, but you get extra shit if you do sing it.
I wasn't here the first time. Sing it again.
I still don't know its lyrical how it's supposed to sound. I haven't listened to it.
I'll wait. Go listen to 30 seconds of it and then sing it.
Okay, let's see.
One stanza is fine.
I don't think this is.
Well played.
I had that thought the second I said it, but I was like,
As soon as you
no.
said stanza, I was like George, Costanza?
Here's a health to the king and a lasting peace, to faction and to wealth increase. Come, let us drink while we have breath, for there's no drinking after death. And he that will this health deny, down among the dead men, down among the dead men, down, 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 down among the dead men, let him die.
Okay. You
Now
can
do
make
the dance.
how does that work again? You gotta make a roll. Make your roll. But
It doesn't say roll. It just says move it. Wave crashes, moves it one hex in a direction, and loses 1d8 HP.
yeah, but for all of them you have to do something. That's like they have an effect, but for all of them you have to make a roll. Let me go look it up.
crew skill.
Hey, make a crew skill roll. Your crew skill's great. It's actually +1, so that's not bad. Okay, you get advantage because you sang it. Okay,
Use
so
the devil's luck.
you
On
can if you want.
that. Not on that.
Okay. So in response to your song, you hear just this god awful cacophonous fucking roar, and as this thing screams directly at you, not only do you hear like the sound of like the fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic Park, but underlaying that is like the sound of 10,000 screaming people. It's just horrifying.
Oh, that was fire!
Okay, fire.
Okay. How do I do this roll? Ours or
You gotta roll to hit.
how do I roll it 4 times?
Oh, RR4 space, then formula. So repeat roll, space, number of rolls, space, formula you want to repeat.
It's RR space
Yep.
4?
Yep, RR space 4, space, D20, whatever your formula is. Just have to make sure you have a space before and after the 4.
Hey, not bad.
So what hits?
3 of 4 hit, and 1's a crit.
So is that an extra?
It deals double whatever the damage die roll.
God, all these numbers are so small. Make it bigger. Okay, there we go.
Okay. So that's 11 plus 12 plus 18.
Okay.
Actually, it shouldn't be 18, but I'm going to go with that because 18 is better for you. Oh, he has more than I remembered.
And then we fire the small arms.
I would recommend you do. All hit.
Can I also move?
Yeah, you can.
Go turn us around. Sure. Go that way. Can you turn it again? How many movements do I get?
4. You've done 1.
Okay, go that way. Go that way. Can I turn again?
Nope, you've used your 2 turns.
Is that my max movement?
That is your max movement.
Okay.
Yeah. Here I go. I think it's in my broadside range, isn't it?
Yes.
How many broadsides do I got?
2d8 broadsides.
Ooh, crit.
Oh, that's nice. He doesn't have any armor. He only has many HPs. He's much squishier than the turtle, but also okay.
Okay. And then the small arms.
Yep.
Nope. And then I just go forward 7.
Okay. You appear to have made a good decision. There's a lot of other ships between you and the fucking sea monster.
I am aware of this. The other people might want to use their guns, though.
Yeah, opening fire.
One.
All right. Small arms.
2 more. Okay.
I would also like to move. However, I am going to turn. Where's the wind again? I think we're in the wind right now, or no?
You're directly against the wind, which means you need to turn. And technically, I don't think you have any movement speed.
Yeah. I wouldn't have ended myself right here. I didn't know the wind was that direction. Okay. Well, then I will.
I would say that it ended up this way because it shifted, not because you're a poor captain.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess I will turn so I'm not in the wind
Okay.
and move my 1.
Wrong boat.
I'm Loki. I'm closer to it.
All right. Then I shall fire. Poo. Then we should do small arms.
1.
Aha. Then what's the small arms damage for these boats?
D6.
Yep. Plus 2.
Yep.
All right, D6 plus 2. All right.
I think everybody's upgraded on everything for ship guns.
Aha, I do 7 damage.
1,572 to go.
Oh boy. And then I shall make a similar turn to my right and down one.
Okay. All right.
And then Pete's ship would attack too.
Yeah, go ahead and somebody want to roll that?
See, what's his crew skill?
It should be the same as us. 3. Oh, 2.
His is 2, but we can ignore that. You can use 3. I don't care.
Oh, I already had it typed up. Well, didn't make much of a difference.
It made 0 difference.
I will devil's luck that 1 just so it's not a lost gun deck.
Fair enough.
So 1 of the small arms. Or 4 more damage.
This is scurry.
Throw your skeletons at it.
Boarding action. Board the monster.
Yeah, just get on its back and stab it. It's not like if it goes underwater that they can't stop stabbing.
Monster's turn. Okay, making contact with the boat. He rams into it. And yeah. There's not really a roll against this. It's just straight damage.
What?
It's ramming damage.
He rams into you.
But it's reflected though, right?
He's kind of like a sponge. So not really.
Well, when ships ram other ships, it's reflected.
Right, but this is not a ship.
I tried, Hayes.
Wasn't anything too bad. All
I thought
right.
you were just going to type 12, and I was going to be like, that's going to be really bad, but yeah.
No. And then, yeah, a couple of those spooky translucent tentacles come up. And, yeah, these are attacking crew. I did that incorrectly, I'm sure.
Looks fine to me.
There we go. What's your current undead count? Because you lost some ashore.
I still have 1,238.
Okay, well, the other ones have to be in the hold, so.
Yeah, but as you're killing them, they're coming back up on the hold.
Okay.
It's my turn now.
Well, he's moved his 7 and he's attacked twice, so yeah.
Okay, so now that his tentacles are out, can my skeletons on the deck melee him?
I mean, yeah. They do 10% of whatever damage they would do.
What on earth do I roll for that?
What's their normal
Roll their
attack?
damage and divide it by 10.
Yeah. Whatever their normal melee damage is. What weapons do you have them wielding?
I have no idea. I don't actually have a
It's
sheet for skeletons.
it's safe to assume cutlasses, I think. It's pretty
That's a
middle of
D6.
the road, D6.
Yeah.
So 1200 D6 and then just take 10% of that. So I guess you could just roll 120 D6, or actually it would be 11.6 D6. Or I'm sorry, 116 D6. We'll call it that.
Hayes, that's what you want to roll, what I just typed in.
That's even better, yeah.
I just copy that into an R?
Yep.
Yes.
It can also do math.
It doesn't like
I mean, it does not like that, no.
Just roll 116 D6. That will be it'll be a close enough approximation. Actually, you could round up to 117 D6.
Do I delete the 10 thing?
Yeah, it's just a straight 117d6.
Okay.
He picked the wrong ship to attack.
Yeah. All right. He didn't roll any attack rolls. That's the problem.
It's something that's larger than his ship. How could they miss?
Yeah, they're just
fair.
stabbing it with cutlasses.
They literally are climbing into
Doesn't
the
have
tentacles and
armor.
riding it like a horse and stabbing it.
That's fair. Oh, I haven't updated that in a minute. What's his health at? 1568.
Yeah, it was 1568, then 400 points of some damage. Yeah.
Now, can I have... So wait, was that... How many skeletons was that attacking?
That was all of your skeletons attack. 1,165 skeletons attacking would do 4,130 damage. All of the damage is divided by 10 to convert between naval and melee combat. That's by the book, so they do 413 damage.
Basically, if you try to whack a sword with your whack a ship with your sword, you do 1/10 the damage. That's what the original dividing by 10 was supposed to do, but the bot didn't like that many dice.
Okay, so can I still fire my guns?
I would say that it's difficult to fire your guns when all 1,200 of your skeletons are on deck attacking tentacles.
I didn't think all of them were... Okay.
I mean,
to
you
be fair,
did more
Hayes,
damage doing that than your guns would have
Yeah.
done.
Okay,
Yeah,
then let's...
just keep doing that. We'll muller it down.
Should I move?
Yeah, turn towards us and draw it a little closer to us to make our jobs easier. Like, head to the
Okay.
southwest.
Okay, do that.
Is that it? Are you doing more?
Oh, he should go his full speed.
Can I turn again?
That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, what? Like that.
Sorry, I gave him whiplash.
So is he dragging it with him, or did it let go when he stabbed it and he sailed away?
I mean, it had tentacles raised up, going over, but the ship kind of slipped over it, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Broke away.
Well, then starboard for me, and I think I'd be in range. Loki. Am I in range to shoot?
Yeah. His center of mass is right on your max range.
All right. Well, I will open up with everything.
2.
So 1 and 1. I wonder if my D8 and D6 know there's other sides.
Nah.
All right. Well, 7 more from me.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll just move right at max range like this and just keep pace, but not getting in the way of the other ships. So just moving like 4 or 5, so that they can, you know, burn, shoot, move forward.
All right. What are y'all doing?
Well, I'll turn to face the southwest. Move 1, turn to face the northwest. Move 4, I think. Am I in range there?
Barely not.
Barely not. If I had only moved 3, would I be in range?
No, you're out of range along this.
Ah, okay. Then in that case, I'm going to attempt to come about, which I believe is agility. What's my ship's agility?
2.
And I do not. In fact, I'm going to devil's luck that.
Okay.
I do. I now face north. And because I have a certain ability called a Lucky Devil, whenever you use Devil's Luck, draw a card. 9 plus, regain 1 luck. On a Joker, roll on the Joker table. I have a deck of cards here. I couldn't find one on the bot dice. And it is an 8 of hearts. So, no go.
All right. I have a deck of cards somewhere, but that's fine.
Yeah. I've moved 1 and 4, so I should have 2 more to go.
I believe so.
I go forward 2. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Well, if you had a shot, he'd be in range.
Small arms. I can do small arms.
There you go.
For 5.
Okay.
That is all for me.
Okay.
All right, I would like to do a similar maneuver. Turn to the right. Forward 1. Turn to the right. And then forward 5, I do believe. And then I would like to open fire on the sea monster.
Do the thing.
All right, I'm going to Devil's Luck that 1d20. Oh, nice.
All hits.
All right, so we'll do the 2 main gun hits, and let's see. Those are d8s, correct?
Plus 2s.
Excellent. Nine damage. And for small arms, 11 damage. And that shall be my turn.
Okay. I'm sorry. It should have been turn, down, turn. Something like that. That's good.
And he's in range.
Yes.
Like a crit with the guns. I don't think I did that right. Did I do?
You must not have.
Under, how do I do that?
I'm sorry, what?
Multiplication with the dice.
Asterisk.
Do I? Oh, I need the asterisk. Okay, my bad. There we go. Ooh, good hit.
Okay. That's everybody.
I do believe.
Okay. He hates everything about all of what is happening. He also doesn't like being injured, so he's gonna not fuck with that. And as he gets to this point, he is going to dive.
The hell?
This is supposed to be animated. It is not animated. Well, time to repurpose the weather gauge. The weather gauge.
Oh, we might want to call it with him diving. I got 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we can call it here. I need to configure this anyway. The long and short of it is he's making a world